All right, man. What's up, YouTube, Facebook? We live on YouTube and Facebook today, man. Me and Corey getting ready for the NFL season 2022-2023 season. Everybody that's going ahead and checking this out that's not live and checking it out after the fact, man, and you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe because I think about 70% of everybody that's watching our videos are not subscribed. So go ahead and hit the button, man. It's easy, man. It's free. Hit the like button too. That's free. And hit that notification bell, man, so y'all can keep catching us when we go live. But without further ado, you see the thumbnail, man. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of NFL news. And we also go preview just a surface level look into the divisional winners or projected winners or who we think will win the division this year. And we'll talk a little bit about that, man. But where do we start, Corey? How you want to do this?
Man, it's football season. Man, it's football season. I don't care. Wherever you want to
start. Okay. All right. Well, let's go with the drama first, man. Kyler Murray signs his contract. Well, first and foremost, man, back up to when it all started, when the season was over, and during the summer. Well, we heard Kyler Murray, he removed the Arizona Cardinals from his social media and all this crazy stuff. And was that like the beginning of the issues with them?
No, I think the beginning of the issues was that playoff loss, and he felt a little pressure. That was the beginning of the issues.
Who felt pressure?
Kyler Murray. He felt pressure just like Aaron Donald was chasing his ass in the end zone. That's what he felt. The pressure.
They got off to a good start last year, though, man. You remember your famous rant where you said, man, Arizona they go win that division, and you said the Rams want to go make the playoffs.
Bro, yes, I did, and also, I mean, as soon as DeAndre Hopkins got hurt,
true,
bad news, and then
that was an issue,
and then Kyler Murray got hurt for like 2 games, and then James Conner got hurt at the end of the season. It fell apart.
Yeah. You
gotta stay healthy, man.
And Kyler Murray did as per usual, where he start off hot and then fizzle out toward the end.
That's Cliff Kingsbury. That's his MO.
But hold on, Kyler Murray got hurt, missed like 3 weeks in a row too, didn't he?
Yeah.
So they had some.
Colt McCoy was winning games.
Yeah, he was, and until Cam Newton came in there and was like, not so fast.
No, man, come on.
Kyler Murray, Cam Newton came in there and won him a game, baby.
Cam fan, but
he said he's back. He said he's back. They need to sign him for a backup. But
is he
Arizona?
Agent, huh?
Yeah, Arizona. They need to sign him.
Dallas,
because we know Kyler getting hurt at some point. He gonna miss about 4 games. It'd be nice to have Cam backing him up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I mean,
nonetheless, Kyler Murray did all of that, and it looked like he was going to hold out. I don't know, but it was something brewing there. But he wanted the contract, and he finally got the contract. However, the Arizona Cardinals had a clause in that contract saying that we need to make sure you studying at least 4 hours a week, or else. So why would you put that in the contract? A lot of people feel like when you see that in the contract, if you're Kyler Murray, why would you sign it? But how do you see that whole situation? All the way up to the point when they actually took it out of the contract because everybody in the media was going nuts. Give me your whole thought process on that.
It's in the contract for something.
I'm gonna tell you what I think in a minute after you finish. Go ahead.
I'm just saying it's in the contract for something.
Why is it in there?
You tell me. I mean, you don't put that in somebody's contract unless that was an issue.
So do you think it was an issue for Kyler Murray that he wasn't studying, that he wasn't watching film?
When you have people, right? When you have people that are naturally gifted, and you have people that are very whatever sport that they excel in when they're minded like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Where you can read defense, all you gotta do is see it. You know what I mean? You can read it.
Right.
Those people have a tendency not to put forth, I'm not gonna say an effort, but an extra effort in order to be more successful.
And you think that's the case with Kyler Murray?
He is very football minded. I mean, his daddy teach a quarterback school. That dude been getting this since he was 5. Hell, man, that dude has got a very, very, very high football IQ, and he's probably one of those people that are like, "What you gonna tell me that I don't already know?"
Okay, that you can assume that, and we can speculate that he's a natural talent. He got an eye for it because he was somewhat of a prodigy because he grew up, learning how to play the quarterback position. You can say all of that, but there's no evidence or no proof that Kyler Murray actually doesn't watch film and just relying on natural. Look, when you
that he does,
bro, when you 5'11" and play quarterback, you can't rely on natural talent, bro. You got to prepare.
He ain't 5'11", first of all.
How tall is he?
About 5'8".
Oh, that's even worse.
His teammate.
You got to prepare.
His teammate said he don't prepare like
that. Who said that? What teammate said that?
Huh?
What teammate said it?
What teammate said it? But some of his teammates said that he don't prepare like that.
I don't believe it.
Hey,
I don't believe it.
So why did they put it in his contract? You think it's just general verbiage that they put in every quarterback's contract?
I think they put it in the contract because they didn't. Like I alluded to earlier, but Kyler Murray, when the season ended, they was already having their contract negotiations, and it was already going bad. Mm-hmm. So Kyler Murray, it looked like Kyler Murray was going to have to, play tricks and mind games to get what he wanted, and I think that kind of soured the relationship with him in the front office. But the front office also knew that they didn't really have a choice but to give him their money. They really didn't have a choice, because if he would have left and walked in free agent, there's no way he was not getting an extension, right? So they kind of gave it to him reluctantly, but they was like, you know what?
But he wasn't a free agent.
Well, okay, see what, he wasn't a free agent, which makes it even worse, because they probably wanted to have this kind of conversation when he was in his final year of his contract. This
would have been his final year
coming up, right? This year coming up, right? I think they probably wanted the same way Jerry Jones did it. Didn't they wait to Dax last year?
No,
in Dallas, they did.
No.
They did it the year before.
No,
2 years before.
After.
They franchised him.
Dak was a free agent. No, before they even tagged him, they signed him.
Okay, so with Kyler Murray, it seems like they probably wasn't ready to give him this extension. They probably wanted him to prove a little bit more. They probably was going to get it to the situation where, you know what, we'd rather franchise tag you in your final year. But I think Kyler Murray forced their hand. They reluctantly gave him this extension. But there was, just like anybody.
The only thing that he said was he would not play under attack. So that means you was gonna have to sign him after this season anyway, because he wasn't gonna play under franchise tag.
Whatever Kyler Murray said forced their hand because they had other ideas, right? And that's what I think it was. And whenever you ask someone for a piece of their sandwich and they don't want to give it to you, they're not gonna hand it to you nicely, right? They go smash it in.
Okay, so here's the thing with me, right? Here's the thing, right? If you put that in my contract, I need to study for 4 hours, and then I'm in the film room like I'm supposed to be.
Yeah,
I'd be like, shit, you should have put 12.
Yeah, but that's probably what we don't know if that's what he said, because he obviously signed it, so he wasn't.
No. What he said was he came in the media and said that he takes the film home and studies it.
Okay, but I'm talking about when he initially signed it. When he signed the contract, there was no issues, because this actually, the fact that it was in his contract got leaked, and who leaked it? Not Kyler Murray and his team. It had to be Arizona.
Why would the team leak it?
because that was the part of them. We're giving you this, but we don't like it. So we're gonna at least add a little insult to injury. Okay, you forced our hand, but you're gonna pay for it a little bit. We go tap you a little bit. We go tax you a little bit, and this is how we're gonna do it.
Nah, I don't see that, because if it was something they really didn't like, right? 4 hours of film study a week is nothing.
It's nothing.
That's what you study in a day,
right?
Right.
You're supposed to do that the next morning after a Sunday game. You're supposed to be in the film room,
right?
4 hours. Okay, what happened?
But why is it a big deal?
It's a big deal because Arizona.
Why would you put at least 4 hours? I mean, because that means that you might be giving them 2.
They wanted to embarrass them.
I don't buy it.
Then why did they put it in the contract, and why did they leak it? I mean, putting it in the contract is one thing, but leaking it is a whole nother thing.
Every level of football this dude has played, I've heard the same story.
That's cap.
That's not a cap. That's from high school to college to the NFL. I've heard the same story.
That's cap. That's a hard.
He's self-centered. He's entitled. He's arrogant.
Yeah, but they don't got anything to do with film study, though, Corey.
Man, listen. If I'm walking in and out of the complex like I own the joint, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, they gonna put something like that in my contract.
Then why they take it out then?
Huh?
If it was such an issue, why they take it out of the contract?
Because it embarrassed their quarterback. He said that it was disrespectful in this press conference. So right now, so you go right back to the disgruntled quarterback this is the situation you was trying to prevent, and you did it again.
Yeah, but if that was trying to ensure that he was in the film room, then and it was so important that they put it in the contract, then there would be no reason for them to take it out. Because if it was real.
Remember what that same kind of verbiage did to Randy Gregory's contract with the Cowboys.
But
it was like around that same thing. Like, if you get in trouble, we're gonna take some of this money away. He didn't like that part of his contract.
I think that's a little bit different.
They know that Randy he liked to hit the blunt.
Yeah, but that's a little bit different because you got a history and you got proof.
And you think Kyler Murray don't?
There's no proof of it. That's all I'm saying.
Come on, man.
There's no proof
I'm
of
not putting nothing in no contract that ain't true.
Oh man, well, it ain't in the contract, so I mean, I don't know how to.
They took it out.
They definitely did take it out, which tells me it wasn't that serious.
Man, come on, man.
It tells me it wasn't that serious, big dog.
And man, he said, you know what to do. You know what to do.
Oh man, I don't know, Corey. I can't get with it, but yeah, I think it was a dumb situation for Arizona for sure. Mike said he's a top talent, but he didn't deserve that much money, in my opinion. He better be watching game film now.
So if
I think he do deserve that money.
So if you look at his contract, right? His contract is actually like $500,000 more than Deshaun Watson's contract, right?
No,
but Deshaun Watson is all guaranteed. Kyler Murray has only got like $140 million guaranteed in his contract. I say only, because it's not the $265 million.
Yeah,
it's only 140 when Deshaun Watson got all 260 guaranteed, and Deshaun Watson. And we all know the issues that Deshaun Watson is having right now. This dude has not had any issues off the field except for the girl that didn't want to do his braids no more because he told her to wear pants.
Facts, and that's not even the issue.
That's not.
But I disagree with Mike. I think he do deserve that money. I think this is the way I view athletes and how much money they deserve to get in their contract. I think what they deserve is not based on. Well, not solely based on how many wins they can give you. I think that's part of it, but I think it's mostly part of how much money I can make you as an owner. And if me and what I bring to the table has changed your franchise from being worth $250 million to being worth double that, And if I'm selling out every game in your arena, and if my jersey is the number one selling jersey for your team, and if we get 4 TV games a season because of me and my talents, then I deserve max all the way across the board, because I'm bringing max to the owner in his pocketbook or her pocketbook, whoever owns the team. So that's how I view it, and it's only a bonus if I can win you games and playoffs and Super Bowls. That's a bonus. But me making you money, I deserve a piece of that money.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. But Kyler Murray is definitely a gifted cat. He puts a lot of butts in seats strictly because dude is a winner. That's what he's done his whole life. Yeah. He wins. Dude was 48-0 in high school in Texas in 6A football. That is unheard of. But the thing is that in the NFL, man, ain't nothing like winning a Super Bowl. You want to see ticket sales and jersey sales and everything like that double. Go win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but it's 30 teams in the league, right? Or is it 32? 30? 32. 32 teams in the league, right? Out of 10 years, like let's say the average career for a quarterback is 10 years maybe, right? Some of them play to 15. If you Tom Brady, you play to 20, whatever. So but let's just say 10 years. Let's just take a 10-year span, right? How many out of those 32 teams, how many teams win the Super Bowl in those 10 years?
The Patriots and whoever else Tom Brady play for.
So all 32 teams can't win the Super Bowl. So you can't tell me the only quarterback is worth their salt or worth the money is the one that's winning the Super Bowl.
Everybody's gotten paid now ain't got no Super Bowl.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying the Super Bowl,
except for Aaron Rodgers, he's
right. And that's why I was saying to Mike's comment, winning the Super Bowl or being a contender every year is not the only metric that we're going to use to determine whether a quarterback or any other player deserves to get paid. Because if you look at Kyler Murray, he's someone that's I guess like you said, he's a talent. And
he's gonna listen. If that team, well, I don't know about this year because DeAndre Hopkins suspended for the first 6 games.
Right.
But that they are good enough. And my whole thing is that, like with Cliff Kingsbury's teams, and this is back in his college days at Tech with Patrick Mahomes too. They always start off hot. First 8-9 weeks of the season, they blistering hot.
Right.
But they fade in the end. They have to figure out how to be sustainable throughout the whole season. And that's a tough division to be sustainable in.
Right.
You got 3 really good teams and a team that's rebuilding, right? They're getting over first ballot Hall of Famer quarterback. You got 2 quarterbacks coming in. We got 2 quarterbacks. One is there. One came in that are probably mediocre at best. They probably gonna try to tank and get one of these top quarterbacks coming out of college. But they're not a terrible team. You know what I mean? They just don't have a quarterback. So that's a really, really tough division to win in. And then but that division definitely could put 3 teams in the playoffs. They did last year.
Yeah, they can. They
did last year.
And the same with the AFC West, man. They can get through.
Oh, the AFC West. I don't even. It's a crapshoot.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough, man. They better hope Denver and Russell Wilson just had like some type of first year jitters and they just can't get it right. Because everybody tough in the division.
Russ ain't never had 2 receivers, a tight end, and a running back with a good old line. He ain't never had that. Denver has that. They just never had a quarterback.
I can't wait. Yeah, we go get to that conversation.
Yeah, that division. I'm gonna tell you who's gonna win that division, though. I'm gonna tell you in a minute, and I'm gonna tell you why.
We'll get to it.
Yes, sir.
But that's my spill on Kyler, man. I think he's worth the money, And I think the clause in this contract was stupid, childish, immature by the Cardinals. You know, it's better way if it, but no, because if it was that much of an issue for the first 3 years he's been there, then that's horrible leadership and you know, by the coaching staff. Like,
but they said another thing they said is that the leadership on that team can get him in line. He's spoiled.
I just find it hard to believe that the best way you can get him to get in the film room was putting in his contract. And furthermore, I don't believe he wasn't in the film room already. That's just me.
I've heard it about him in high school. I've heard about him in college, and I've heard about it in the NFL. Not the film room per se, but the self-centered, the entitledness. Yes, I've heard that about him at all 3 levels.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's a lot of athletes that are good.
Man.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to be like that when you're that good.
Think about it. I mean, and even in his press conference, he tooted his own horn. He pointed out the fact, like, hey, man, I'm the number 1 overall pick. I'm also the number 9 overall pick in the Major League Draft. Never been done before.
That's a major flex.
Yes.
That's a flex.
I come out and win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I've been to the Pro Bowl 2 times in 3 years. Yeah. Bruh, he ain't lying.
He not. He flexed on. He flexed on him.
He did.
Yeah. Well, speaking of QBs, though, speaking of quarterbacks,
that chip on his shoulder is what makes him good, though.
Yeah, that's what makes everybody good. You got to have a chip on your shoulder.
Of course.
You got to. That's why I laugh when I hear people say things like say for instance Kevin Durant. They say he's thin-skinned and he's sensitive. I'm like, you do realize every superstar has to be thin-skinned in order for them to work as hard as they do to be as good as they are. I mean, you got the GOAT in Michael Jordan, who's still mad about getting cut from his varsity team when he was a freaking freshman. You ain't supposed to make your varsity team when you're a freshman unless you some type of 7-footer that just has to be on the team. You come in out of 8th grade.
KD a little soft though.
That ain't soft.
He's soft.
Man, ain't soft. You know what soft is?
He let
soft is if I can say something to you to knock you off of your game and I'm really rattling your cage. But if I'm saying something to you and you respond to me about it and then you go out and play even better, that's not soft.
He ain't been the same since he left Golden State. You let Draymond run it off.
Well, you crazy. It's football time anyway. We ain't gonna talk about that. But anyway, speaking of quarterbacks, the Athletic came out with their tier 1s, tier 2s, tier 3 quarterbacks. Man, I like when they do this, man. But it's starting. You don't want to talk about it?
No,
it's starting to seem like they do stuff on purpose, and they'll leave someone that deserves to be tier 1
absolutely
off just so people can have a conversation, and they'll put somebody that don't deserve to be there just to have a conversation. But from this, I think you had 2 anonymous front office guys in the league say a couple of things about Lamar Jackson and Pat Mahomes, and one of them was that Lamar Jackson he wasn't on the tier 1, and I think somebody made a comment, I don't care if Lamar Jackson wins 12 MVPs in a row, he'll never be a tier 1 quarterback. So that was one quote. And the other quote was someone saying that, you know, Pat Mahomes, outside of his first read, you just play street ball. He's pretty much saying if the first read ain't there, he just go scramble and throw Hail Marys all over the place, right? And Pat Mahomes responded to that type of criticism. I'm gonna tell you what he said. I'm gonna play that, and then I want you to come back and then get your thoughts on it.
I don't want to go that far and say that. I mean, obviously, the black quarterback has had a battle to be in this position that we are, to have this many guys in the league playing. And I think every day we're proving that we should have been playing the whole time. We've got guys that think just as well as they can use their athleticism. And so it always is weird when you see guys like me, Lamar, Kyler kind of get that on them and other guys don't. But at the same time, we're going to go out there and prove ourselves every day to show that we can be some of the best quarterbacks in the league.
All right, you got the floor, sir.
So, I called a radio station today about this very topic because there was a certain disc jockey that said, that's absurd. That kind of talk, especially from Patrick Mahomes, is absurd because he doesn't get criticized. And then he tried to defend himself and say all quarterbacks get criticized. He named Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, other quarterbacks.
Right.
White quarterbacks, they get criticized like that as well. So I don't think that the question that, he said all quarterbacks get criticized like that. I don't think that's a question. The quarterback is a very scrutinized position, right? But it's the way that black quarterbacks are scrutinized. It's the way that black quarterbacks are talked about in general, right? So Lamar Jackson, and I want to say, and I'm just thinking back to listening to this guy's radio show. I want to say Lamar Jackson has thrown like 89 touchdowns and 27 interceptions, something like that, since he's been
not bad at all.
He's throwing at a 62% completion rate, right?
Not bad.
Now I'm gonna ask you this, with the exception of Hollywood Brown, who's 5'2", right? Name one wide receiver that has played for, since Lamar Jackson been there, has played for the Baltimore Ravens.
You had Sammy White 1 year, right?
You had him 1 year, but he had a concussion and he was out for like 8 weeks.
That's the only noteworthy name. The rookie he had last year is
yeah, and he's gonna be good, right? But Hollywood Brown is gone.
Yeah, he's
right.
Yeah.
They made a couple of free agent signings. Maybe that'll help him out. Maybe not. Who knows, right? Patrick Mahomes last year, when the season started, it started terrible for him. He's forcing passes. He's trying to buy. He's trying to make wins happen, right?
Right.
How heavily was he criticized in the media?
Sure. He was criticized. I was one of them. Yeah, I was one of them that was like, he gotta play better.
Up until he turned it around, and then once he turned it around, it's just Patty being Patty, right? That Super Bowl game, right? He was criticized in that Super Bowl game. This jockey that was on the radio today was talking about how he criticized him in the Super Bowl as well. I remember him in the Super Bowl making plays. I remember wide receivers getting hit in the face mask with passes, and they was dropping balls. Yeah. I remember that. So it's not the point that he's trying to make. That he's trying to say that it's a different kind of scrutiny. Even the compliments are different, right? Let's say you have a quarterback like Josh Allen, right? Who uses his legs, like, especially when he gets in the red zone, he's gritty.
Yeah.
Right? Lamar Jackson runs too much. He's athletic. But Lamar Jackson in the red zone is the most accurate quarterback in the NFL right now. He's deadly in the red zone. Because all he's doing is throwing to Andrews. You know what I'm saying? Hell, you got a 6'7" tight end. I throw this big ass too the whole damn game. That's what he does. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like Kyler Murray. He had a horrendous playoff game, right? His playoff game was terrible, but his playoff game wasn't as bad as Aaron Rodgers' playoff game was against San Francisco
2 years ago, right?
No, I'm talking about this last season when San Francisco went to Lambeau and beat him.
I thought the one was worse the year before last in San Francisco.
It may have been, but why is he scrutinized so much for this playoff loss that he took? And the great one, I'm talking about his playoff, and they were the number one seed in the NFC, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. Yeah, and he went up there and shit the bed, and on his home field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the level of scrutiny that happens with the black quarterback, and and it's even with second chances, right? How is Sam Darnold still a quarterback and Robert Griffin's not?
Yeah, it's very interesting, man. Like Robert Griffin went from Rookie of the Year in Washington to forcing his way back off of ACL injury that happened because he probably had a sprain that he should have never played on, right? He played
in that divisional round of the playoffs with a torn ACL.
Facts, right? So that probably set his career back a little bit, but it seems like if you're a quarterback and running is part of your repertoire, as soon as you either get injured or as soon as you decline a little bit for one season, you have an off year, you automatically go to backup. Like you're a backup now. But it seems like
But why is Josh Allen the greatest thing since sliced cheese? Or when Baker Mayfield is running around and gaining 3 or 4 yards a carry, he's crafty. You got Tom Brady on the sideline, cussing players out, throwing tablets and everything, and he's passionate about his craft.
It's a lot to it. Man. I mean, come on. I mean, I don't know, man. People got to feel a little bit threatened that the fiber of the game might change if you 100% like embrace what running quarterbacks bring to the table. And when I say running quarterbacks, I know most of running quarterbacks are quarterbacks of color. I know that, but I think they're trying to hold on to something with the quarterback position that they feel like if they let go of it and embrace this other style, that their other style might just be better. And
listen, man,
it might put an end to the drop back and pocket passer only.
I told you this earlier today. If you have quarterbacks like Phillip Rivers, Peyton Manning, quarterbacks like that in the game right now, and Tom Brady, you see Tom Brady is catch the ball and release now. It ain't no holding the ball like he used to. He don't do that no more, right? Mm-hmm. Micah Parsons runs a 4.3 40 and he's rushing off the end at 260. Micah Parsons is running around in little NFL camps and stuff all off season this year. He beating wide receivers and running backs running, beating them.
They don't make the O lineman that can match up with Michael Parsons.
No,
they ain't made him yet.
No.
Hey, well, it looks like they're gonna have to start paying O lineman more, and maybe they can get a Michael Parsons style player to play O lineman instead of a linebacker.
You better do something.
Maybe that's the move.
But the point that I'm making is bro, that 5 and 7 step drop, man, that'll get you killed today. You understand what I'm saying? You got to be able to move around in the pocket. You have to be. You have to be able to make play, because when guys are flying up the field that fast, they leaving an open gap for you. It's most of the time you see dude running at you. All you see is his face mask, a Vise, and 11 coming at you like this. You get spooked and ball up. That's what happens. Right? Yeah. But when you have these athletic guys, he's leaving a void. You understand what I'm saying? He's leaving it there because he's coming in so fast. He can't, there's no way in hell he can cover it. He can play the run too. He's upfield too fast. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a void there. You understand what I'm saying? And if you're not athletic enough to take that void in the NFL these days, you're not going to be successful.
I mean, so what happened if we just embrace quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson and just say, all right, I mean, because I think about how HBCUs were before black athletes was accepted in to the PWI schools, right? So HBCUs back then, those quarterbacks were running just as well as running backs was, and it was some good ones out there.
Throw just as well as quarterbacks could too.
Of course, of course they did.
This talent hasn't just showed up.
It just hasn't showed up. Just like Mahomes just said, he said, "Man, what me and Lamar is showing you is that we've always belonged, and we knew that because the HBCUs was rocking and they had talent, right? They had a lot of talented quarterbacks. But this is my thing: that style of football that they was playing with the HBCUs can also work in the NFL." The only difference is NFL have rules to actually help the pocket passer exist.
Yes.
Think about it.
Once you break the line of scrimmage, I can't protect you no more.
You kind of can, because you can still slide, and
you can protect yourself.
Right, by sliding.
Yeah.
Right? And quarterbacks like Lamar and Cam Newton are not prone to sliding. They're not, because Lamar don't take no big hits, bro.
Look,
he don't. He's smart, but
he's super smart.
If you look at Michael Vick, he was running too fast to even slide. Like he was leaning forward when he ran.
Michael Vick was reckless.
He was.
And like 190.
He didn't know how to slide.
He was too little.
He did. He was too fast. So, but this is my thing. The rules are put in place to help quarterbacks succeed or survive with all these athletes that are greater than them. But if those rules didn't exist, you would need an athlete playing quarterback as well. You just can't be a thrower of the football and that's it. You have to be a great athlete as well, because you got to play some football just like everybody else is playing some football.
Listen, and these days that's what quarterbacks do. These new quarterbacks in the NFL, man, are like nothing that we have seen it before. Right? We have. It's just that quarterback wasn't getting no burn. Back in probably 2002, 2003, there was a quarterback came out of Kansas State named Michael Bishop. I don't know if you remember that name.
I remember that name.
Michael Bishop was a stone cold killer. If he came out in the 2023 draft, that dude is the number 1 overall pick. Easy.
Michael Bishop. You know who else I liked? I didn't, I was young watching football back then, so I didn't know how good of a quarterback he was. But Tommy Frazier was exciting to watch, man.
Touchdown, Tommy Frazier, baby.
Tommy Frazier was a monster. How good was he at throwing the ball?
And Tommy could chunk that rock too. They just only threw the ball 5 times a game, but he might go 4 or 5.
Yeah. And he didn't get a shot at the NFL. Pat White didn't get a shot.
Pat White was cold too. He
didn't get a shot either.
He might have been. Pat White is the what is he now? Is he the offensive coordinator at USC or something like that? He's something. Mm-hmm. He just got a big job, right? Yeah. But Pat White was before his time. He was a little cat though. Pat White was small. He might have been 175 soaking wet, but he was cold.
He was Deshaun Jackson playing quarterback. That's basically what he was.
Yes, but he was cold.
Oh man. But
love that dude, man.
But let me show you these tiers though.
Go ahead, man.
You gonna like these. I think you gonna like them, man.
Okay.
You might like them. I don't know. Let's see.
It's trying to make me mad. I already know it is. And I haven't looked at it strictly because I knew we were doing this, and I didn't want to see it until we did it.
Okay, how much of it you want to see? All right, so read what the tier 1 quarterback is.
Tier 1 quarterback carries team each week. The team wins because of him. He expertly handles pure passing situations. He has no real holes in his game.
Now those are big things, right? So he carried a team each week, right? The team was relying on him, right?
Team wins because of him.
Right, the team wins because of him, right? Not the running back, not the O-line, not the receiver. They all got something to do with it, but they're saying if you take this quarterback out of the mix, you ain't getting a W.
Gotcha.
Right? So the team wins because of him, right?
Okay.
He expertly handles pure passing situations. What does that mean?
He can drop back and throw the ball.
What's a pure passing situation?
Drop back a straight 7-step drop and throw the ball.
We need a first down. It's 3rd and 8. We need a first down. Everybody know we about to pass.
Yes.
That's we can consider that. So he expertly handles that.
So what happens if it's 3rd and 8 and I drop back to throw and it breaks down and I take off running for 10 and get a first down? What's the difference?
That's a good question. All right, so here's the big one. The last sentence says he has no real holes, and by real holes, they mean everybody has a flaw. So, but
got some flaws in the game. Right?
Yeah, but this quarterback has no real holes in his game. All right.
Okay.
There's your example. There's your number 1 quarterback right there, Aaron Rodgers. Does all of that fit him?
Next. That he doesn't count. Yes, everything that's up there. Everything that's up there, he does.
All of that fits him. Okay.
Yes.
Does all of that fit Pat Mahomes?
Yes.
Okay. Does all of that fit
Tom Brady?
Yeah.
I mean, in his career, yeah. He I mean, he's scary now, but I mean, dude, 56 years old. I don't blame him. But okay, tier 1, I got you. You gotta respect
vampire.
Got you.
All right, now here's the one right here. Here's the one right here. So let's go to no real holes in this game. Do you see any holes in this game?
He can't throw.
I wouldn't. I think he can throw.
Okay.
I think he can throw.
Okay. Let me rephrase what I said. Please, he's not throwing those top 3 quarterbacks, they throwing receivers open. They doing all types of things. Josh Allen hits open receivers. That's what he does. And Josh Allen on 3rd and 8 will take off and get you a first down. That's what he's going to do. Okay. Is that not a pure passing situation?
Sure.
Did he make a play and get him a first down?
Sure.
Is he in his career is he more accurate than Lamar Jackson? No. So why is Lamar Jackson not number 4?
That's a good question. So
Okay.
you wouldn't have Josh Allen as a tier 1 quarterback. You think he has holes in his game?
Yes.
You think the team wins because of him?
Yes. He can lead your team to victory. Because what he does is he puts the team on his shoulders and he'll do whatever it takes to win. If that means he got to break through 12 tackles to get a first down, that's what he's going to do. So what's the difference between Lamar Jackson running around 12 people to get the first down?
So Josh Allen is not doing anything different than what Cam Newton did when he was on top.
And he is not doing anything different than what Lamar Jackson is doing right now. Nothing different. You put Lamar Jackson in Buffalo, and it's a better team.
Okay. So you wouldn't have Josh Allen as a tier 1 quarterback? No. Okay. All right.
Now check this out. Fantasy wise, he gonna get you a whole lot of points.
Of course.
Mahomes gonna get you a lot. Lamar Jackson gonna get you a lot. Josh Allen gonna get you a lot.
Of course. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I think of tier 1, just going by how they defined it, and this is the Athletics tier for this year. The way they defined it, when you say no holes in this game, man, you got to mean that. You got to mean no holes in this game. I don't think Josh Allen is the epitome of that, and I don't think this young fella right here, Justin Herbert, I think he's on his way to being that. But no holes in this game.
I tell you this: you put him in Buffalo, and they the Super Bowl champs.
That's possible.
That dude right there is right up there with Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. The only thing that he don't have is wins, and that's not because of him. That is not because of him. That dude do everything he can do to win football games. That dude is Justin Herbert is the best young quarterback in the NFL right now.
Okay. All right. I'll let so you got him as a tier 1.
Yes.
All right, but not Josh Allen. Okay.
No.
All right, here's this young fellow.
I don't have a problem with Smoking Joe. Only thing is he has holes in his game. He hold on to the ball for too damn long, right? He does.
Well, his rookie year when he got hurt, that was his issue. But they also had a horrible offensive line. But I don't think he was holding it too long last year.
Hell no, because he got his boy. That was super smart for the Bengals to draft him. That's
Real
good.
Smart.
That's good GM work.
Real smart.
Yes,
Real smart.
You get him somebody he's comfortable with. I tell you what, you put both of the receivers some kind of way. You get what's his name from Minnesota, the wide receiver.
Justin Jefferson.
You put JJ on that same team, they're gonna win a Super Bowl just like they won a national championship. But the only thing, man, I love about Burrow is cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah, he is.
He's the same kid. You know what I mean? He is a smooth cat, man, and I like that about him. But he has holes in his game.
Okay, so you don't have him as a tier 1.
I would put him at the bottom of the list right there where he is. But Josh Allen, somebody else got to go with Josh Allen's spot.
Okay, so there's 6 quarterbacks. That's the end of the tier 1. Right? Anybody missing?
Lamar Jackson.
All right, Lamar Jackson's missing. Okay, all right. So let's read tier 2. What a tier 2 quarterback is. A tier 2 quarterback can carry his team sometimes, but not as consistently. All right.
Okay.
He can handle pure passing situation in doses and or possesses other dimensions like the run that are special enough to elevate him above tier 3. He has a hole or two in his game.
Wait a minute. Where's Matthew Stafford?
You about to see?
So I got it. So if Matthew Stafford ain't a tier 1, Smoking Joe got to come out. Matthew Stafford got to go in his spot.
look, if Matt Stafford is not a tier 1, we definitely got to bring Allen, Herbert, and Smoking Joe out.
I believe that.
There's no way they can leapfrog Matt Stafford as
No.
being a tier 1 quarterback. There's no way.
Because Matty been throwing balls like that for years.
For years.
Years.
So
no look passes in the Super Bowl, all types of shit. You feel me?
Correct.
Yeah.
So what you think about what their description of a tier 2 quarterback is? Like, so instead of having
Josh Allen to a T.
That is Josh Allen to a T, right?
Yes.
They got verbiage in there that says he might not be. They're pretty much just saying he might not be able to get it done with his arm, but he got other things he can do, like run, that can help him out, and he has a hole or two in his game.
If you had tier 2 in a dictionary, right up underneath it would be Josh Allen.
Okay. So let's see the quarterbacks that is leading the top of the list of a tier 2 quarterback.
Gotcha.
And it is the
Just
Super Bowl
going.
winning Matt Stafford.
Right.
No, I want you to talk about it.
No, that's unfair. This dude had nothing for 12 years. He has one season where he has weapons, right? Where he has a good offensive game plan, where it's not just throw the ball up to Calvin Johnson with a separated shoulder, right? He has 1 year with some receivers and a good coach and a solid defense, and they go to the Super Bowl and win.
And win. Yeah. And so it was a heck of a run.
How can you not put him in tier 1? Plus, he a Dallas boy.
I don't understand it.
All Dallas boys were up in tier 1, man.
I don't understand it. You know my motto, man. When you do lists like this, there's got to be a little bit of a controversy in there because it's going to get everybody talking about it.
Man, listen. People want Josh Allen to take over this league so bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
That's
Justin Herbert. Listen, I'll give you Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow, and I'll even leave Lamar Jackson out, right? I'll leave him out. This dude has to go to tier 1.
He has to go to tier 1, yeah. And if you don't have Lamar as a tier 1 and he's tier 2, then every running quarterback that can throw it a little bit got to be tier 2 as well.
Man, listen. This dude belongs at number 3. Drop Tom Brady down to number 4.
I'm with you on that.
Tom had his run. He's literally 45 years old, right?
Yeah.
Just look, man. It's Matt's time, man.
Yeah.
It's his time.
So they said Stafford got 18 tier 1 votes, and he remained 7th in the rankings because while Stafford overtook Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson this year, he watched Herbert and Burrow race past him. There's no way you can say Herbert and Burrow.
Listen,
I'm not with that, man.
How can you have a quarterback that race past him? How can Justin Herbert race past him and they didn't even make the playoffs?
Man, this boy.
I'm not trying to hear it.
This blasphemy. And Russell Wilson. How's Russell Wilson not a tier 1 quarterback?
Okay, Russ had a bad year, but it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, but he's still a tier 1 quarterback.
He had a bad year. If Tom Brady, listen, Tom Brady had a phenomenal year last year, but that's Tom Brady had real weapons last year too. Russ is doing it with DK. He got hurt, right? He had the bad finger, whatever. He had a bad year. Listen, there are 6 or 7 tier 1 quarterbacks in the NFL, and right now I would cut that list off right now. Except Josh Allen, I'm taking him out.
Yeah.
And Russ, I'm cutting the list off right here, Russ. Because there's no way in hell that Matthew Stafford is not a tier 1 quarterback. And I'm taking Russell Wilson over Justin Herbert or Joe Burrow. I'm taking them over both of them.
Yeah, me too. That's facts. Number 9, also tier Deshaun Watson. They really crapping on Lamar Jackson this year, man.
Listen, man.
We ain't seen Deshaun Watson play in 2 years.
Listen, this dude ain't played football in 2 years, man. Next, who knows what he can do.
This one got to be Lamar Jackson next. It got to be Lamar. Okay, there's Lamar. Top 10. All right.
Okay, so let me ask you this. As special as Lamar is, right?
Right.
As gifted an athlete as Lamar Jackson is, right? There's still quarterbacks that I'm taking over him as a quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yes. But if you're talking about feet down to the ground and I'm winning football games, I'm just a football player and I'm winning football games, Lamar got to be at the top, man. He got to be because he wins. He's a winner.
Oh, I know you want to talk about this one.
I'm not mad at Dak being there. I'm not. Dak is a tier 2 quarterback. Dak needs some help. Dak hold on to the ball for too goddamn long. He pisses me off how long he holds on to the football. And Dak is not one of those quarterbacks, again, just like Josh Allen, same aspect, right? Let me tell you this. Dak is a more refined passer than Josh Allen is, right? But Dak used to be mobile like that. I think you may see him run a little bit more, but ever since he broke that ankle, he ain't trying to do all that, right? And you can't blame him. That's a compound fracture to your leg. You understand? I get it. I understand it. Right. But if you give me a football team, right, and you give me a solid O-line, a solid offensive line, and decent wide receivers, such as in Buffalo, and I put Dak Prescott in that offense, he wins football game. Dak, listen to me.
If you put Dak in Cleveland instead of Baker Mayfield when they had Landry and Odell Beckham,
oh my goodness.
And Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. Listen, if you let Dak stand back there and pick you apart, he gonna tear your ass up.
Yeah, he showed me that last year. And he actually showed me that the year he tore his ankle up, man. He was surgical. Yes.
He would tear your ass up. And the thing about Dak is that Dak is really good on the run throwing the football, right?
Yeah.
But just like I said today, like on this guy's radio show, right? This is the problem with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. If I can call the plays from the living room and I'm not getting paid to do it, what the hell you think defensive coordinators are doing? That's the problem. You can't be predictable in the NFL because if you are, you're gonna get beat.
I mean, you can be if you just that good of a bully as a team. If your O-line got Larry Allen and them type of dudes on it, and y'all just ramming it down their throat,
all down your throat, ain't nothing you can do about it. Yes, absolutely.
But they ain't that identity right now.
No, it's not.
No,
you gotta have offense to do that.
I'm gonna stop at tier 3. We still on tier 2 right now. That's Derek Carr.
I like David Carr too, man. I mean, I like Derek Carr too.
Yeah. I like him there. I think he's gonna have a good season this year.
He's about to have a breakout season.
Oh yeah, with Adams there, and he still got Waller, and then Renfro will be in the slot, and I think even Josh Jacobs might emerge to be good again. And here's the man of the hour, Kyler Murray. That's kind of. It's some good quarterbacks out there. It's some really good quarterbacks out there. I'm cool with that.
I'm not terrible.
Let's see where the tier 2 stops at though. They still got Matt Ryan tier 2. How you feel about that?
Dude throw for 5,000 yards every damn season.
Oh yeah, he got help this year.
Bro,
best running back in the league, a good quarterback coach.
All he got to do is hand the ball off and then run play action passes and throw the wide open receivers.
He got to try to do what Tom Brady did in Tampa Bay.
The only problem with that team last year is that Carson Wentz absolutely is dumpster juice.
Well, you do not like Carson Wentz because
he's terrible.
Everybody had him and Dak like on the same level, and you hated that. Hated that. So that's the end of the tier 2s. Do you think, other than what you already mentioned, that's 14 guys they named. 8 was tier 2 and 6 was tier 1. Do you like the 14 names that was there? You might not like the order, but do you like the 14 names?
I don't mind the names. I think we've named most of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. We can go to tier 3 and then stop.
Okay.
If tier Baker Mayfield is in this list, though, I'm stopping. I'm getting off the podcast and I'm going to sleep.
Okay, all right, bet. Well, you might have to. You go ahead and get your pillow ready, because I got a feeling he about to be next. I got a real good feeling. A tier 3 quarterback is a legitimate starter. Okay, that's cool. He's a legitimate starter.
Okay.
That's Carson Wentz, right? I mean, he's a starter. He's a starter.
Man, stop. Okay, I can name 30 quarterbacks in the NFL that are better than Carson Wentz.
Well, that makes him a starter because he's
32 teams.
Yeah, it's
okay.
32 teams. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's a legitimate starter, but he needs a heavier run game. So that means this quarterback needs everything.
Okay, so he had a heavy run game. And last year he didn't win. Go ahead.
And or a defensive component to win.
Okay, they had a great defense.
Lower volume of drop back passing offensive suits him best.
Okay, so we're not talking about Carson Wentz. Keep going.
So a run heavy offense. Kirk Cousins leading it off on the tier 3s.
I don't have a problem with that.
But he don't really fit the description though, man. Like he can air it out.
Dalvin Cook is the best player on that team.
Okay.
Everybody keeps trying to give it to Justin Jefferson, right? And
I think it's Justin Jefferson.
No, it's Dalvin Cook, because when you take Dalvin Cook out of that equation, they don't win.
They've taken him out of the equation several times,
and
he's taken himself out of the equation several times
they haven't won. But every time Dalvin Cook is in the game, they win.
That's true. I mean, but that's just like saying, just take away any starting running back off their team.
Not true.
You don't think?
No, because it's too many running backs by committee these days.
Okay.
Dalvin Cook is special.
But there's no running back by committee in Milwaukee. I'm not Milwaukee, but in Minnesota. It's just Dalvin Cook. So if you take that away, it's almost like the basketball equivalent of LeBron James.
I wouldn't have said that about Tennessee, but they took Derrick Henry out of the equation and they did just fine.
Because they had another beast running just like him.
Yep.
It ain't like they had a scat back to replace him and they had to change their whole way to do their offense.
Devontae Freeman is a scat back. He just gone.
No, Foreman. The guy that just went Foreman. He was running just like Henry.
He's big. He is.
Yeah. He ain't Carolina now though.
Is he?
Jimmy G. Okay. This fits him perfectly. You get him a good defense and a good run game and a good O-line.
And he's still terrible.
But he win you games.
He does win football games.
He wins football games.
He wins football games. That's what he does best.
Facts.
He wins.
Tannehill. Yep, that fits him.
No, it does not. Ryan Tannehill is absolute dumpster garbage. He should be tier 6.
They won that division last year.
It is a tie for the worst quarterback in the league between Ryan Tannehill and Baker Mayfield.
He ain't as bad as Baker. Matt Jones.
Okay.
You know what? I'm glad they didn't try to put Mac Jones up there with Herbert and
No, he's not ready yet, but Mac Jones is going to be good.
I think he's smart. I think he's really smart.
And all that's all Belichick needs is a smart quarterback, and that's that guy.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield.
I'm done. All right. I'm logging off.
Tier 3. What do you think Baker Mayfield should be? Tier 4?
Tier 8.
So out of 32 teams, Baker Mayfield,
34.
He's 19, according to the Athletic.
I promise you that we scroll down this list and there's better quarterbacks on this list than Baker Mayfield.
Okay. Well, according to the Athletic, he's better than the guy that's starting in Carolina.
I'll name him. Keep going. Scroll down.
Jalen Hurts is definitely
better than Baker Mayfield.
Jalen Hurts is better than Baker Mayfield.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
100%. And Jalen Hurts he's going to prove to you he's a tier 2 this season. Watch.
Here's the other worst quarterback in the NFL.
They got a number 20.
Keep scrolling.
Jared Goff. All these guys, these guys are very similar. Trevor Lawrence. Oh, poor Trevor.
Just give him an opportunity. Just give him a chance. Give him a chance.
Oh, Jameis better than Baker Mayfield, easy.
Listen,
so we got two quarterbacks better than Baker Mayfield, Jalen Hurts and Jameis.
Listen, this is the only knock on Jameis. Jameis is going to give you 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns every season. The only problem with Jameis Winston is that he is going to throw 48 picks in that 50. So you have to it's the good with the bad. For every 2 touchdowns he throws, he's going to throw a pick.
They said ever since he got LASIK, he hasn't been that prone to throw picks.
Well, I tell you what, I will say this in his defense. Before he got hurt last year, they was on a roll.
Yeah. Justin Fields is better than Baker Mayfield.
Yes, he is. He's just he was a victim of the Matt Nagy syndrome.
Tua is better than Baker Mayfield.
Tua has a fantastic opportunity this year to prove himself.
Davis Mills.
And Davis Mills is better than Baker Mayfield. I take Davis Mills before I take Baker Mayfield, and I definitely take Zach Wilson before I take.
I take Robert Griffin over Baker Mayfield and Davis Mills.
Yes, but Zach gonna be
Lance.
cold. Here, listen, Zach is gonna be cold, and Zach is a stone cold pimp.
What's the common thing of all the tier 3 quarterbacks? Most of them can run.
Yes, they're mobile.
They don't have a lot of respect for mobile quarterbacks. Daniel Jones
might be the worst.
Marcus Mariota, man. Listen, Marcus Mariota is better than Baker Mayfield. Man.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Mariota finna come in and turn some heads this season. You watch.
You don't think the rookie go get no snaps this year?
Absolutely not.
You don't think they go pick up Garoppolo after he get cut?
They picked up. I think Garoppolo is going to New York Giants. They need it.
Oh, yeah, they do.
They need it.
I don't remember if you. I don't know if you remember a text I sent like maybe 2-3 weeks ago when I told you. I think it just popped in my head. I think if the Giants are not winning games, and Saquon Barkley is not playing outstanding football, but he's still healthy, I think the Giants at that point are going to realize we're not going to re-sign him after this year because this is his contract season.
Okay.
And I think they trade him, and I think the team that's going to be thirsty to trade for him is going to be the Super Bowl defending champions Rams.
If they get Saquon Barkley, I would call it some kind of like a scam. I would say it's unfair, and I blow up the league.
But that's the only thing they need on their offense right now.
They have that with Cam Akers. He proved that in the Super Bowl. That's all they needed was him.
You can say that. But would you rather have Saquon?
They don't have enough money to sign for Saquon Barkley. They don't. They don't have.
But hold on. It's a trade, and they would do it just for this season, and they'll figure out the rest in the offseason.
You would have to give up. You'd have to give up Cam Akers. You'd have to give up one of them wide receivers. It'd probably be Allen Robinson. You'd have to give up something.
No, I think the Giants asked for picks. They asked for picks.
I don't know if I'm willing to do that.
They don't have the team to ask for talent back in a trade for Saquon. Mm-hmm. They trying to get stuff to build for the future.
Listen, Saquon is you don't have to talk about something that's the talent to give up Saquon. You have the talent to match Saquon because Saquon is already there. You have to ask, what do other teams have? Because you know for a fact you playing the Giants, and it's Saquon left, Saquon right, Saquon up the middle, and you can't stop it.
Yo, they should have stopped the tier 4 quarterback. Hold on. What was it? Oh, we passed. When did we get to tier 4? I thought it was on 3.
Yes, Mitch Trubisky and Drew Lock. They listen.
Hold on. When did we get to 4?
After Mariota.
After Mariota?
Yeah, hold on. Let me go grab a cube of ice real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
Talk about that.
Oh, so Jameis Winston had ended the tier 4 quarterback that could be an unproven player. Not enough information for voters to classify, or a veteran who ideally would not start all 17 games. Okay, so unproven players here. I think Baker Mayfield belongs in that unproven player list for sure.
Hey man, my brother said he gonna come in here and talk to us too.
Okay, all right, but hey, so the tier 3 ended with Jameis Winston.
Okay, so listen, I don't have. There's a lot of people that have a problem with Jameis. I know what Jameis is. Like Jameis is a quarterback. I tell you what, Jameis throw the ball better than Josh Allen do.
Jameis can ball, man. I ain't got nothing against Jameis, man. He don't. Yeah, I mean they got him at tier 3, but I think he can prove to be a tier 2 if he have a good season this year. Now here's tier 5 right here, saying a tier 5 quarterback is best suited as a backup, but I think it's a lot of tier 3 quarterbacks like Baker Mayfield that's better suited as a backup that belong down here in tier 5.
I agree.
And the only thing they got is Geno Smith there.
No, they got what's his name there too. Drew Lock got to be down there too.
Nah, bro. No, it was just Geno. It was just Geno. They had Drew Lock above that.
Listen,
tier 4.
Okay. I will tell you this, man. Drew Lock got a big arm.
They
got a big strong arm.
They got some impressive videos of Drew Lock hitting the target multiple times in a row at training camp a couple of days ago. You know, they had the net up with the holes in the net, and he was just. I don't
miss the net. And I'm 40.
Oh man, that is hilarious, man. All right, man, that was the Athletics tier 1 through 5 for their quarterbacks, man. It was a lot of questionable stuff on there.
They have to have some controversy involved in it, man. I know they shift some stuff around. They be like, come on, man, we need somebody to read this and talk about it. They have to.
Yeah.
They have to. Because they got to. It makes me so mad, bro, when I see people like, and don't get me wrong, man, I love the young guns. You know what I mean? I love them because I think that they are making the game that much better. Listen, if the Cowboys aren't playing, right? Because I'm a Cowboy fan, right? But if the Cowboys ain't playing, if the Bengals are playing, I'm watching. If the Chargers are playing, I'm watching. If the Chiefs are playing, I'm watching. Right? If Aaron Rodgers is playing, of course I'm watching. You know what I mean? If Trey Lance in San Francisco is going to be playing, I'm watching. You know what I mean? These young guns. If Pimp Master Flash and for the Jets is playing, I'm watching. You feel me? Like because they're good. You know what I mean?
Master Flash.
Hey man, hey.
Boy, you stupid, man.
It is what it is. Hey, he's an animal. Oh, and proof is in the pudding. His girlfriend told y'all, his ex-girlfriend. Yeah, he's an animal. He's a stone cold.
Speaking of Pimp Master Flash and the Jets, man, let's start with the AFC East. And let's talk about who we think will win the division. Last year was the Bills at 11-6, Patriots 10-7, Dolphins 9-8, and the Jets and Pimp Master Flash 4-13. How you think it's gonna shape out? Who winning that division and who gonna surprise us?
Listen, I think that division is going to be a whole lot better, right? I think it's going to be a whole lot better. I'm not mad at that order this season at all. I just think that each team is going to be better. I think it's going to be like 12-5, 11-6, and 10-7. You right? Because I truly and honestly believe that the Dolphins can go 10-7, and I would not be mad. And I don't think it's unbelievable to think the Jets can go 9-8. They did a whole lot. They had a great draft. They had some good offseason moves. That's a decent football team now.
And I like that coach too. But you're right, man. That draft was good.
Yes.
That draft
Yeah.
was good, man. They went and got a running back. They got a running back last year that was pretty darn good, and they went back and got another running back that might even be better.
That receiving core, they got two. You got Davis Mims up there. You got some cats up there that you're gonna have to be cognizant of them strictly because their front office was smart this offseason, and they were also smart in the draft.
They picked Sauce Gardner as their first pick.
Hey,
a
man,
cornerback.
6'3" corner. You can't be mad at
cornerback that's nice. Wasn't nobody catching nothing on that dude last season.
He ain't gave up a touchdown in 2 years.
Bro. They went and got the real deal, man. I hope that dude is everything Revis Island was. I can't say island.
That's pushing it, but okay. I give it to you.
I think he can be
We'll
good.
he
He can at least be Jalen Ramsey.
I hope he ain't, but okay, because I'm telling you this right now: if Joe Burrow had another half a second to throw the ball in the Super Bowl,
he was burnt. Yeah,
Jalen got told
if he would have seen him.
Yeah, and he didn't have a chance. I mean, shit, you got Aaron Donald chasing you, man. You ain't gonna see much but 99.
Yeah. I mean, at that moment, man, if you Jalen Ramsey, you know, with the game on the line and the Super Bowl on the line, you know good and hell well Von Miller and Donald was getting to their quarterback.
No, the hell you don't. You better cover your man, because if Joe Burrow did something, just drop back and just lob the ball 40 yards down the field in the air, that's a touchdown.
If he would have just trusted Chase and was like, he go beat out there somewhere. Let me just get rid of it up.
If he just lobbed the ball up in the air for 40 yards and he just trusted him, right? And just like
embarrassing.
You know what I mean?
That would have been embarrassing.
Jalen Ramsey was flat on his back.
So you think Buffalo still take this division 2 years in a row?
Yeah, because
would it be 3 years in a row for them? Two. Okay. Yeah.
No, because 3 years ago the Patriots won it. That was touchdown time.
Okay.
But I think Buffalo wins it. I mean, because Josh Allen gets a lot of credit for that team, but that is a super duper solid football team.
It is.
They have 2 all-pro safeties. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
And they got Ed Oliver on the defensive line.
And now they don't have to just depend on Singletary in the backfield. Now they got James Cook. Now they got a rookie that's supposed to be something else too.
Whose brother is that?
I don't know. Who brother is it?
Dalvin.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Ooh, okay. Good James.
So you already know how he ball.
Good James. And then, they still got Diggs.
Bro, they got a good team, man. They got a really good team.
Yeah. They went and got O.J. Howard to team up with Knox as a tight end.
Yes,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
And they got an excellent head coach. That's a good football coach.
That's for sure. Carolina Panthers should never let that dude go.
Never
let that dude go, man.
Matt Rule. Hey, don't get me wrong. I ain't got nothing against Matt Rule. He was the head coach of Baylor. And Baylor was doing big things when he was here. But
they let McDermott go when they still had Ron Rivera.
Yeah, but they knew
they went to the Super Bowl that year. They had that defense with that was number one. They was undefeated. Did they lose one game that year? They might have lost one game that year. When who was the cornerback that went to Washington that was locking everybody up? Josh was it Josh who? Josh Norman. Yeah. They had McDermott that year. I think McDermott left the year after that.
Yeah, he did. But you get the listen. It's like Ron, when you have coaches like that, right? And these old school gritty coaches, right? You have these young revolutionary coaches, right? And they have this new, and it's not necessarily young, because I'm pretty sure McDermott's probably in his 50s, right? But they have a different outlook in the game, right? And people start to kind of gravitate toward that. The head coach is going to do what he can to keep his job, so he's going to get rid of him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's going to let him go, right? They like, oh, man, he got another head coaching job. All right, man, see you later. They ain't not finna battle to keep him. right? They just not.
Well, something's going on different in Kansas City because Bieniemy can't get no job. Very interesting. But let's go to AFC North real quick. By the way, with the AFC East, I agree. I think Buffalo winning again, and I think the Jets go surprise some people and win some games too.
They gonna win some games.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a competitive.
The pimp of the year gonna have his 52-year-old girlfriend at the game, and don't even trip.
For sure. Yeah, that's gonna be a very interesting division as well. But AFC North, Bengals won it last year at 10-7. Steelers was surprisingly at 9-7, and the Browns was surprisingly at 8-9 with all that talent they had, and the Ravens was at 8-9 as well. So, how you see that one shaping up?
Don't Baltimore get all them running backs back?
Not really. I think Gus Edwards is still on the PUP list.
But he'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back. But I mean, like,
what's the young man's name?
Ain't no timetable.
What's the young man's name from Ohio State?
J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. will be back.
Well, but that's the thing. There's no timeline for none of them.
J.K. Listen, they're gonna be ready, but because J.K. is already in practice play. He's practicing right now.
I don't think he really practiced. So they got J.K. What was his ACL?
All them cats got hurt in training camp last year.
All of them was ACLs too. So ACL for J.K., ACL for Gus Edwards, and then they bring in Mike Davis from Carolina. Mm-hmm. That's their running back room.
But name a better one.
I mean, I like Dobbins, man, but
and they play solid defense, man. Like, you can't be mad at them. Now listen, Cincinnati made moves to get better. They got more solid on the offensive line, which I thought was their biggest weakness last year. And you're gonna have some cats that are hungry because they got a little taste of it last year, and they want more. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a really, really tough division, but I think Baltimore can beat them for the division. I do.
So Pittsburgh went 9-7 with Big Ben. Now they got a rookie quarterback. They still got Mike Tomlin as their coach, so you got to trust him.
Trubisky gonna be the starter?
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel bad for them.
They're not gonna be as bad as you think, though.
I mean, they gonna play good defense. They gonna play smart. They gonna play smart football. I mean, I mean, they got Tomlin. I know they gonna play some hard nosed defense and some smart football. They're not gonna beat themselves that often. But if they're starting a rookie quarterback, maybe they will. I don't know. But if Trubisky start, I don't trust Trubisky like that. It's gonna be tough for Pittsburgh. And like you said,
running game, man. Najee Harris is an animal.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm with you on that. But the Bengals got probably the best receiving core in the league.
It's close.
T. Higgins, Chase, and
I don't know. I don't know if you saw where the Rams signed Allen Robinson, but yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. But it's just Kupp and Robinson though. Who else they got? Jefferson. They still got Jefferson.
Yeah, Jefferson. Vance Cole, man. Vance showed you that in the Super Bowl. He can get down, baby.
I think they're still missing that one element that Deshaun Jackson or Odell gave them. I like getting a big body like Allen Robinson that he's a possession receiver.
Vance is a home run threat, man.
Not like Deshaun and Odell, man. Deshaun and Odell scare people.
Oh man, Vance is pretty damn scary. Scared of daddy.
Anyway, we on the AFC North. So
we'll talk about it. We don't talk about it.
Do you think the Ravens can bounce back, and do you think they will be number 2 behind the Bengals? And then what you think the Browns going to do? I think
not only do I think the Ravens can be number 2, I think that they have a legitimate shot at winning that division.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Because one thing that the Bengals don't do well is stop the run, and I'll be damned if them boys can't run.
I'm gonna go with Bengals 1, Ravens 2, Browns 3.
Now I'm gonna tell you the wild card in this whole thing, right? If Deshaun Watson can play the entire season, watch out.
That's true. They might mess around and win that whole division.
Watch out.
Well, that's gonna be competitive. The AFC period looks like it can be some issues going on. It's gonna be scary.
This is one of them times where you like the NFC always seems to be like, like it seems better, right? The NFC seems better, but then Tom Brady come in and mess everything up, right?
Yeah.
And he goes to the NFC and he comes in and messes everything up and wins Super Bowl again, right? But this year is one of the first years where everything is kind of manipulated itself, right? Because remember, it was the NFC West last year with the full quarterback.
Yeah.
Now that quarterback's gone, but he just went to the AFC West. Now it's the AFC West that got all the quarterback. And it's AFC. AFC got a lot of quarterbacks in that whole conference. Man, they got some quarterbacks that can do it.
Yeah, speaking of new quarterbacks coming to the AFC, so AFC South, Titans won it last year at 12-5. Colts was there with 9-8 at number 2, even with Carson Wentz. And then Texas and Jaguars was just second, which I think they go suck again. So this is a 2-man race again, but the Colts don't have Carson Wentz. They got Matt Ryan. I'm taking the Colts to win this division this year.
Mark my words. You listening to me?
Yeah.
The Colts will win this division, but Jacksonville will be number 2.
Get out of here.
Watch.
Get out of town.
Watch.
Get out of town.
They got a good young head coach. Not young, but a good proven offensive head coach, Doug Peterson, right? From Philly when they won that Super Bowl, right?
Okay.
They get Travis Etienne back this year, right? Because he went out with the foot injury last year. They have some guys in that division, right? Excuse me, they have some guys on that team. But man, listen. Ryan Tannehill showed you last year that he is the weak link on that team. Tell me, Melvin, please tell me how. Please tell me how Cincinnati is in that Super Bowl. Please tell me how.
I don't know. That was King Henry first game back, right?
I don't care. They've been winning the whole time without him. Tell me how. You had the game won. Ryan Tannehill threw 3 picks, 2 pick sixes. They cost them the game.
Yeah.
Tell me how you lose that football game. There is no way Cincinnati's even supposed to be in that game.
Let me see what Chin 23 is saying. Colts gonna choke in the playoffs, but Jags are just too trash to improve to a second best record, maybe third.
They're gonna be the second best team in that division. I know they won by 3 points. I know the pick six tied the game up, and then they went down the field and kicked the field goal. I know exactly what happened. I was watching the game. How do you put yourself in that position? How? Because of Ryan Tannehill. That's how.
So you got Colts winning this division too?
Yes, because the only.
But you got Jaguars at number 2. This might be crazier than what you said about the Rams last year, Corey.
The Colts. The only reason they didn't win that division last year is because Carson Wentz is absolute dumpster juice. That's the only reason. Matt Ryan,
because they had a running back that was in the MVP discussion and definitely the best running back in the league.
Bro, listen, Matt Ryan makes him the MVP this year, strictly because now you have to respect everything, because now they can actually do a play action pass and complete it, and they have to back off, and you're gonna give that dude more room to run. They gonna win this division. They gonna be tough.
Hopefully Matt Ryan got enough juice left, man, because I seen his last game last year when he threw
with no offensive line, and they traded away a damn first ballot Hall of Famer and left him with Kyle Pitt. Come on, man.
Oh man! All right, let's go to the toughest division in the AFC, man. The AFC West, with the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Broncos, and the freaking Chargers, man. So Chiefs won it at 12-5 last year. Raiders was 10-7. Remember my Raiders pick last year when I told y'all they was gonna be competing for that division?
I told you that too, but I'm about to throw a curveball in everybody's game with this one.
All right, go ahead.
Chargers gonna win this division.
Out of all the four teams, I'm actually leaning toward the Raiders winning it.
The Chargers are gonna win the division. The Raiders are gonna finish second, and the Chiefs are gonna finish third. But they all three going to the playoffs.
Okay, and what the Broncos are gonna do? They go,
bro. What if Russell Wilson has one of these 5,000-yard seasons and just throw a monkey wrench and everything, and damn Denver win the division?
Hey, that might just happen, man. Jared, I'm looking at Jared Judy, Cortland Sutton, not Cortland Sutton. What's Sutton's first name? It's Cortland.
Yeah,
Cortland Sutton.
Noah Fant tight end.
No, they ain't got Noah Fant no more. They traded him.
He went. Yeah. He went to Seattle.
He went to Seattle. Yeah.
But you still got the two running backs. You got what's his name? Dude from North Carolina, and you got Melvin Gordon still.
Yeah. You got Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon, Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton. I don't know who that third receiver is that well. Tim Patrick.
Tim Patrick is just he's fast, but he got good hands though.
Yeah.
Listen, but that's a good football team.
That's two good running backs and two receiving targets. That's good. And then you got Russ. So I mean, that can be something.
That's a toss-up division, but the Chargers gonna win.
All right, I'm not with you there.
They absolutely listen, but here's the thing though: they have to.
I got Raiders winning it.
They have to, because if they don't, then why is Justin Herbert still a tier 1 quarterback?
He shouldn't be there.
Bro, say you win your team football games. How many games they win last year? 7?
Probably less than that.
Bad coaching though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They lost some close ones though. But the one that they needed to get in the playoffs, remember that horrible decision they made late?
Yes.
What did they do?
That was against the Raiders.
They did something real stupid. I think the Raiders was because they was already.
They could have They went for it on 4th down. They could have just ran the clock out and stopped the game, right? And both teams would have went to the playoffs.
Correct.
And they decided to go for it, missed it. Raiders go down the field, kick a field goal, and win, right? And it's over. How dumb can you be?
Yeah. That was tough.
That's stupid coaching.
All right, let's move over to the NFC and start with your NFC East, or as some people call it, NFC least.
I don't know about that.
Your Cowboys won that division with 12 wins.
That AFC North is pretty terrible, but go ahead.
Cowboys won it 12-5 last year. The Eagles was behind them at number 2 at 9-8. And I'm gonna be honest with you. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, Miles Simons. I got a good feeling the Eagles go win this division this year.
That doesn't bother me. It doesn't.
You're not a little bit scared of AJ Brown showing up over there to help Smith out?
No, because there is a distinct difference between quarterback 1 and quarterback 2 in that division.
That's fine, but it is an element that a lot of teams can't, account for when you got a quarterback that can run like Jalen Hurts and who can actually sling it too.
Cowboys played too good. Their defense is too good for them to not win that division. Okay. As long as they stay healthy. Now, that's not saying that Micah Parsons don't get hurt and miss 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And then you're in trouble because your dumbass didn't sign Bobby Wagner. Right.
So you got Dallas. You got Dallas winning this one.
Yeah, Dallas will win the division. I think the Eagles will finish second. I think the Giants will finish third. Now I think Carson Wentz and them sorry skins or whatever the hell they call now, I think they'll be last.
I think the Commanders can surprise you. I mean, they won 7 games last year with Heineke, and Heineke wasn't even always available. And then Samuel.
As long as Dan Snyder is the owner of that team, they won't win shit.
I don't know, man. So I'm looking at Curtis Samuels coming from Carolina. He didn't get to play that much last year. They still got Gibson and McKissick at running back.
And they got the young man from Penn State, the wide receiver.
Dotson.
What is his name? The rookie. He's man. That's is this what? Hold on, man. I'm gonna find his name. And I'm gonna tell you this, man. Like that dude has been. Every time I look at a highlight from training camp, right?
Yeah.
It's not. It's none of the other receivers. It's him. Hold on. What is his name? I'm gonna tell you his name. And what he is, man, is he's a speed guy, right? He's one of them 4.3, 4.2 wide receivers that they had came out in this draft this year. Yeah. But he is super dangerous with the ball in his hand.
Is his name Dotson?
Yes.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get to some of these comments while you're looking that up. Because Chin going crazy. Who is Chin 23 though? I think that's my boy. He done been on the show a couple of times.
Jahan Dotson.
Jahan Dotson.
Yeah.
He said Henry was hurt the whole season and Julio was hurt too.
Right, and there's no question about Henry was hurt and Julio was hurt the whole year. Man, we all get that, but they were still winning.
Yeah.
When they needed Tannehill to come through in the AFC now it doesn't matter what you're talking about in these comments. When it came down to Tannehill, all he had to do, he didn't have to win the game. He had to protect the football. That's all he had to do. He couldn't do it.
He also said, I think I trust the Chargers over the Raiders and the Chiefs. And the Chiefs are a hitting nasty team that could lose
AFC Championship game.
To be honest, to the Bills or someone else.
I agree.
I'm telling you, man, Raiders go shock y'all this year. I'm telling you, man, they gonna win that division.
They're gonna be tough.
Herbert has thrown the most touchdowns in his first 2 years, even more than Dan Marino. Now he's getting Mac and J.C. Jackson.
Agreed. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you because you have Mac from Indianapolis,
yeah,
and then you have
Khalil Mack. He's talking about defense. He's talking about defense.
Okay, Khalil Mack haven't been. He's not the same rate as Khalil Mack. He's just not.
Yeah, but hold on. Just think about it. Chargers still got Derwin James, right?
Oh, bro, they defense. Asante Samuel Jr. They got a cold ass defense.
Yeah, so you got a corner that's top notch. You got two safeties that's top notch.
Yes.
J.C. Jackson came from Carolina. Is that a corner from Carolina?
Safety
from Carolina, right? What was it?
He wasn't a safety. He's a corner.
But he's good.
He can play both.
And then Khalil Mack, I think
he still got Nick Bosa.
Yeah, that's bro. That's tough. That's tough.
On defense, they rough. I'm telling you, that's why they're gonna win the division.
Yeah, Corey. I'm glad y'all brought up the defense, man, because I was just strictly thinking about the offense, but I forgot about the additions they had on defense, man. And adding that to Bosa. I mean, Bosa gonna be getting double teamed anyway.
Listen,
and then you got Khalil Mack coming in there too.
Come on, double team. Now you got Khalil Mack on the other side, so you can't really double team him. You feel me?
Yeah,
it's tough.
It's gonna be the same thing with what kind of was with Aaron Donald and Von Miller last year.
True, but Buffalo. But then you put Von Miller in Buffalo. That's tough, man. But Ed Oliver, that's tough.
Said Wentz ain't getting 10 games. You might be right.
No. Keenan Allen. Hey, listen. Keenan Allen, I'm telling y'all, man, Keenan Allen is the best route runner in the NFL. Oh yeah,
Austin Eckler, and they got another rookie, Isaiah Spiller. That's supposed to be.
Isaiah cold on his feet too, boy.
Corey, I want to renege and go back and say Chargers win this one, but I'm going with the Raiders. I'm sorry, I'm going with the Raiders, man.
Listen, Devontae Adams. I mean, everybody we talking about, and then we talking about Devontae Adams. You feel me? I understand where you're coming from.
But the Raiders defense ain't like the Chargers, right?
The
Chargers defense on paper look good.
Listen, you got Hunter Renfrow and Devontae Adams. And Darren Waller. And Josh
defense looking good.
Bro, but that Charger defense is nasty.
Man, you ain't lying. All right, man. NFC West, Rams 12-5, Super Bowl defending champions. They won it. Cardinals 11-6. Cardinals got off to a really, really, really good start, but man, they was 3-5 at home last year. I don't know what that was about.
Super weird, right?
And then the 49ers came on real late. when they put Deebo Samuel at running back, and that was 10-7. So that, I mean, it was one game separating 1, 2, and 3. That was a competitive division, man. Seahawks, they couldn't do nothing. They're not gonna do nothing this year either. I think the Rams did enough to stay on top of that division.
You do?
Yeah. The only thing that might get in the way is their hunger.
Let me ask you why. And I'm a rebuttal. Whatever you say, I'm a rebuttal it with one sentence.
Ask me why I think the Rams did enough to stay on top.
Because they won the Super Bowl, right?
What, they got Cam Akers back healthy. He's about to get a full training camp, and they had to play without really a running back last year, right?
Okay, maybe.
Then what they had with Kupp as a receiver, they needed someone on the other side to kind of help, and they didn't find it till the end of the season when they got Odell.
Okay.
But they get to come into training camp with Allen Robinson and a full receiving core and Van Jefferson, and everybody know they roll.
Where did Robert Woods?
And then you get and then you get Stafford with another season to actually really be on the same page with Sean McVay and his offense. And from what I'm hearing from training camp is that he's way more comfortable with the offense this season far than he was last year. Yeah, so I think those things, I mean, the defense still going to be good. I wish they would have kept Von Miller, but or found somebody else that was something like him. It would have been nice if they got Khalil Mack. Huh? They did get Wagner. They got. You're right. So all of those things, I'm looking at that like, hey, I like that better than the Cardinals coming in having to miss DeAndre Hopkins for 6 weeks, and then James Conner being the sole back that they got. I don't know that running back by committee they used to have.
They picked up Hollywood Brown.
That ain't much.
Bro, that's a speed burner. That's a 4.2. That's a low 4.2 guy that can blow the roof off that thing. And Kyler Murray gonna get the ball down the field to him.
You trust that running back room of James Conner and Darrell Williams from Kansas City?
Yes.
No.
Hold on. Darrell Williams coach. Darrell Williams started a lot of games last year for Kansas City. Don't forget that. He's tough.
And he was so tough, Kansas City didn't care to keep him.
Oh, yeah, because they can't afford him. But go ahead. They can now.
You can't afford him. But the Arizona Cardinals can afford him as a backup.
My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to F-bomb. But you got a $500 million quarterback. Hell no, you can't afford it. But go ahead.
Oh, man.
So, are you ready for what I'm saying?
I'm done. I'm done.
San Francisco going to win the division.
With the first-year quarterback, Trey Lance?
Yes. Because remember this. Just hear me out, okay? Hear me out.
Okay.
They are a dropped interception away from going to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
A dropped interception. That's all they ask. If the safety holds on to that interception, they win that football game. For the third time, they would have beat the Rams.
They are a drop interception away from being in the Super Bowl with Jimmy G as their quarterback.
Yes. So now you put in a quarterback that is more dynamic. He can run and throw. Now what? That whole offense is based off running the football. That's what they're based off of, right? They got a running back out by committee. It really don't matter who they put back there, man. They got a mean offensive line, and they got a tight end that blocks like an offensive lineman, but he can go down the field, catch the ball, and just punk little DBs, right? They have Deebo Samuel who can play wide receiver or running back. It doesn't matter. And you still got Brandon Ayuk too.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a good that is a solid football team.
I agree.
And I don't see a dropped interception away. We're not even talking about the Rams if dude catch the interception. If Ward catch the interception, we're not even talking about them.
Interesting. So I think we agree on a lot of them, but I think we were different on the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys, the Raiders and the Chargers, and now the Rams and the 49ers.
I told y'all about these, and remember, if y'all all clown me about the Rams not playing in the playoffs and blah blah, it was gonna be Arizona, but I told y'all the 49ers was gonna be cold, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Listen, that team
it took them 8 weeks.
No, it didn't.
It took them 8 weeks to start playing good.
They were good. They just listen, and the only thing they was missing was good quarterback play. With that type of team, right? And it's kind of the same thing with Carson Wentz in Indianapolis. It's kind of the same thing. All you have to do is hit the passes that you need to hit. The run game is going to take care of itself.
Yeah.
All you need to do is be consistent with your passing game, and you're going to win football games. Jimmy G throughout the playoffs. Listen, in Dallas, he wasn't consistent. Dak Prescott outplayed him, and Dak Prescott played a horrible game, right? But they won, so you don't hear about Jimmy G. When they went to Green Bay, now don't get me wrong, it's negative 12 degrees, right? But Aaron Rodgers played a horrific game, right? Horrible game. You get to the AFC, you get to the NFC Championship game. You need your quarterback to make some plays. He didn't make them, right? He didn't make them. But your running game and Deebo Samuel, in general, made up for everything. You understand me? Like, they couldn't stop it. They just could not stop it. They had no answer for him.
Right.
And you're literally one drop away from going to the Super Bowl, right? And they had already beat Cincinnati earlier in the season. So it's not like you're not talking. You're talking about a team that probably should have won a Super Bowl last year, but they didn't. And the one place where they thought that they were the weakest, that was at quarterback, and they made that change. They didn't draft dude number 3 for nothing. Remember, when he dropped to number 3, because a lot of people thought he was going to go 1 or 2, when he dropped to number 3, San Francisco, man, John Lynch and them was, and Kyle Shanahan, they were like, it did no time went off the clock when they picked Trey Lance. No time. It was like 10 minutes, 9:59, 9:58, 9:57, doom, 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 like 3 seconds. They knew who they wanted. Bro, I'm just saying, man. Like, they knew who they wanted. Like, this dude can play football. Deebo Samuel, I promise you, and you know, I don't think it'll ever come out till probably later on, and probably 10 years from now, right? What really happened, like right now, what was going on. And I promise you that Deebo was like, if that dude Jimmy finna be the quarterback, don't even put me on this damn team. I'm out. Because notice how all of a sudden they named Trey Lance to start, and all of a sudden he showed up. Now he practicing. Do you think that's a coincidence?
No, I don't think that's a coincidence,
man. It's not. It's not.
Man.
Bro, that is a legitimate football team. That is a well-coached football team. That is a good team on offense and on defense. They're going to win that division. Now, that's not saying that the Rams ain't going to get an opportunity to repeat, because they're going to come in as a wild card team, and they're going to go to some division winner like the Cowboys or the Eagles, whoever win that division, and they're going to tear their ass up again. You feel me?
Yeah.
So the only thing that happens with the Rams is that they're going to have to go the hard route. You're going to have to, and once you win that playoff game, you're going to have to go on and go to the number 1 seed, whoever that might be. Cowboys not going to be the number 1 seed. They need another wide receiver. Hold
on. Say that again.
The Cowboys are not going to be the number 1 or the number 2 seed in the NFC. They're not going to do it because they need another.
I thought you was somebody in their division. Okay.
Well, be quiet. They're not. They're not. If you're going to have a wide receiver by committee like the Cowboys are equipped to have this year, because CeeDee Lamb, we'll see what he can do. Now, can he be a number 1 receiver? Absolutely. I do believe that. But he's going to face the double teams that Amari Cooper faced.
Okay.
So who's behind him? James Washington?
Yeah.
Right? So when Amari Cooper's facing those double teams, right? When Amari Cooper's taking the double team, he's taking the corner and the safety. He's taking them away. Michael Gallup and CeeDee Lamb 8. Michael Gallup is out for at least until October. CeeDee Lamb is by himself. Look at the Cowboys' first 2 games.
Who they got the first 2 games?
Tampa Bay and Cincinnati.
Hey man, they showed up pretty good against Tampa Bay last year.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. The Cowboys, their defense is going to keep them in games, right? Yeah. But they talking about they want to be run heavy. They want to run Zeke. Well, what offensive line?
That's fair.
You still got BDD as the center. He's terrible at best.
Terrible at best.
You got Connor McGovern, right? You got Connor McGovern at left guard. He got benched. Connor Williams was your guard. He got benched, right? Connor McGovern came in. Connor McGovern was so bad they benched him and put Connor Williams back in.
Hey, so look, you don't trust so back to the Cowboys. You don't trust James Washington? You mad? That's funny, man. Look, let's move. I don't want to backtrack on the Cowboys, man. You so that goes stupid.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. We'll do a more in depth.
We'll talk about that later.
On each team and each division. But NFC North, man, Packers won at 13-4. Man, they was undefeated at home. I mean, it wasn't really no competition for that division. The Vikings was 8-9. That's a losing. Everybody had a losing record except the Packers in that division. I don't see it getting no different. I think the Detroit Lions will be a lot better. They only won 3 games.
You say you don't see it being no different.
No, I mean, other than Detroit being better than the Bears, I like the new coach in Chicago and what Justin Fields might be able to do out there. I really do.
Okay.
But losing Allen Robinson.
Losing Allen Robinson. So let me ask you this: who took the bigger hit? Would you rather lose Allen Robinson or would you rather lose Devontae Adams? You tell me.
I'd rather lose. Well, it depends. I mean, with the Packers losing Adams and having Rodgers still there, I think he can turn Lazard into something not similar to Adams, but he can get kind of close to the production. I think Lazard will have an amazing breakout season.
Boy, stop! You've been watching too much ESPN.
Man,
Lazard is not Devontae Adams.
No, he's not. He's not. But I think he is. I'm telling you, he's going to show you that he is a very, very good receiver.
Why?
I mean,
okay,
because he's good. Because I've seen glimpses of it.
Listen to me. I think that Green Bay wins this division, and I think that they win it because they signed Odell Beckham week 6.
I don't think he's gonna be ready then, though.
He will be.
You think so?
Yeah, dude already running, man. He got.
Well, they need to sign him now, then.
They're not. And the thing about it is that
They should have signed Julio. They don't.
They definitely should have signed Julio. And if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm pissed again.
I'm highly pissed because they missed out on Odell last season.
Yes.
And Odell came out there and helped the Rams win the Super Bowl. That could have been a daggone Packers.
Now, does he help them in that -12 game against San Francisco? I don't know, man. It was cold as hell. But listen, and Chin, I'm not disagreeing with you, right? Zeke is not going to be what he used to be because you don't have no blocking for him, right? And that it is what it is. From 2017 when they came into the league till now, that is a totally different offensive line. And I did not realize that Tyron Smith and Zach Martin. Tyron Smith and Zach Martin are both 33, about to turn 34. I didn't realize that. They done got old on us. They have. And them trenches are dirty. They dirty. It's a dirty, dirty game. And this new guy, the guy that they drafted, and please forgive me because I can't remember his name, but he hasn't played with the first team yet. It's been Connor McGovern. And that doesn't say a lot. It doesn't. Smith. It doesn't say a lot. Now, here's the thing, right? He may not know the playbook that well yet, and that's understandable, right? You give him the whole training camp to learn it. Now you're not just talking about a playbook and looking at it on film, right? Now you're actually out there running the plays, and there's a lot of people that are visual learners more than they're studying in the book, and I understand that. But if he's not the starter by week 1 and you got Connor McGovern in the game, no, Zeke gonna rush for about 600 yards this year. And I'm sorry, but it's man, look, man, it's not, and you know, like, and you were talking about James Washington. James Washington, at best right now can be the 5th wide receiver on this team. At best.
Well, it looked like he's about to be number 2 or number 3.
It's not, because the rookie, he's from a small school, but every time he played a big school, he showed up, right? You still got Michael Gallup that'll be back around week 6, week 7, right? You still have Simi Fehoko, who was a beast at Stanford, right? He was a beast at Stanford. And then you still got Nathan Vasher, who's a 6'5" freak. Like, he's from Texas Tech. He was Patrick Mahomes' leading wide receiver at Texas Tech. He's a freak. He's a freak athlete. He does all types of things. He just didn't know the playbook last year. He knows it now, and he's having a great training camp so far. The first week, but there ain't no pads on. Who the hell nobody gonna do with pads on? Right?
Right.
James Washington, and then I would say, okay, so James Washington can return kicks. You got to take Tony Pollard out of the equation. He can't return kicks no more. You got to keep him safe, right?
Right.
But they signed Kevontae Turpin, who is the MVP of the USFL. He's a smaller guy, but he runs a 4.2 40. They bought him into camp too, and that's what he does the best, is return kicks. So where does James Washington fit in this equation?
I don't know.
I tell you where he fits in: the practice squad.
Boy, you really not feeling that James Washington. Look, let me get back to the NFC North, man.
No, I'm not feeling Amari Cooper for James Washington. That's not what I'm feeling.
I'm with you on that one. On that one.
But go ahead. NFC.
Alan Lazard. This is what I think is going to be the Packers' formula.
Okay.
They spent a second round pick on AJ Dillon 2 years ago. They've been using him a little bit. You know what I mean? You get to see some of the things he can do, but they ain't really unleashed him because they got Aaron Jones there.
This officer is so lucky he didn't just body slam his ass. But go ahead.
I think AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones will be more like 50-50 on their carries this year.
Okay.
It's probably gonna be the same for your Cowboys with Pollard and Zeke too.
I think Pollard's gonna play in the slot, so that's not gonna be it.
Okay, but they're gonna find ways to get Dillon the ball.
Pollard the ball. Yes.
They're gonna find ways to get Aaron Jones the ball, and all that running they're gonna do, and every now and then they'll try to take a couple of shots. This is kind of what they did last year as well. They take a couple of shots, but for that go-to receiver, that possession receiver, they got it. They're really going to be using. That's going to get probably 100 targets this season. That's going to be Alan Lazard. And if you don't think that they can build a rapport between he's been building trust with Alan Lazard the last 2-3 years.
You better throw the ball around the car.
No, bro. I don't know why you don't believe in Alan Lazard, man. That dude is a baller.
Listen, I understand he's a gifted athlete. He catch the ball, right? But is he going to step in and fill Devontae Adams' shoes? No. No. That's for you to ask is he going to do that. Just because he's not, just because the answer is no doesn't mean that what I'm saying is not going to be true, and the Packers are still going to easily win this division. Minnesota's going to win the division.
Oof. You putting that on the fragile legs of Dalvin Cook?
Yes.
Good luck.
You got Dalvin Cook, right? You still got Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. Kirk Cousins as horrible as he is, he throws the ball for 67%, 68% every season because he throws the ball mostly to Dalvin Cook, right?
Yeah.
That's not listen. As they just have to continue to play defense the way they've played it. The only Achilles heel that they had in that division the whole time was who? Devontae Adams. To tear their ass up. He ain't there no more.
Okay.
He ain't there no more.
Okay.
And
I can't wait till Odell show up.
Now listen, if that son of a gun show up, they're in trouble. The whole division in trouble. I'm gonna tell you this: if you give him Odell Beckham and Lazard is 3/4 as good as Devontae Adams, then that means you giving Aaron Rodgers 2 weapons. And that's a serious issue with the entire NFL. I really don't care who you are.
I don't understand why Aaron Rodgers being a guy that really liked Devontae Adams. I don't understand why when he was negotiating his contract, he didn't sit down and say, "Hey, look, my receiver needs to get paid too. Let's make sure that we're taking care of him as well."
Adams signed with Las Vegas. I'm sorry, signed with Las Vegas because he said it. He was for certain that Aaron Rodgers was gone, so he just signed.
No, that's not what it was. They signed Aaron Rodgers to all that money, and it wasn't nothing left for Adams. He said this was supposed to be my time to get paid.
Listen to me.
Aaron Rodgers took all the money.
Listen to me. When you have a quarterback, right, that is probably, and this is a far stretch because, and I'm going to say this, even though how much I love Steve McNair and how great Steve McNair was, right, who is probably the most gifted quarterback that we've ever seen play the game. Aaron Rodgers is an animal. I've never seen that. Nobody plays the game like he does.
Okay.
He throws. Listen, how many people have you ever seen in your lifetime, right? And let's say we're playing out in the street, and you got a dude that plays JV quarterback.
Okay.
Right? And you got a varsity receiver, or you got a varsity quarterback and a varsity receiver, and a bunch of 5-year-olds, right, on a team, right? You absolutely 100% know where the ball is going.
Okay.
And you still can't stop it. You still cannot stop it. And it's all ball placement. And it's not like the receiver don't understand this and know this. That's a chemistry, bro. Like when Devontae Adams is going down the sideline deep, he is well covered. And Aaron Rodgers will put the ball behind him on the sideline. And all he do is stop, reach out his hands and catch the ball. He haven't even finished his complete turnaround yet. He just turns like this and he's turning around and the ball's already there and he's catching it, right? That is a chemistry. Man, bro, that's Aaron Rodgers. And that is extreme ball placement. There's nobody in the NFL that has ever done it like Aaron Rodgers, ever, right?
And now he's going to be building that same type of rapport with Lazard.
You think that's going to happen? You think that's just going to happen in the offseason? You think that's just going to happen in training camp this year? And
it's not like they drafted Lazard this year. Like he's been there for 4 years doing that.
It goes like that with Lazard because he's had Devontae Adams the whole time.
That's what I'm saying.
Right now.
It's not like Lazard is just this new guy that's showing up that he don't have nothing with. He just had way more trust with Adams, and that's how Aaron Rodgers operates. He has a guy that he's gonna trust regardless. Right now, he gets to transfer that and build it with Lazard, but it don't mean he wasn't building it with Lazard all the time.
So what happens if you give him 2 of those?
You know what? That's a good question. I don't know.
They go 17-0 and win. Excuse me, they go 21-0 and win the Super Bowl.
They never got him 2 of those.
So if you bring Odell Beckham into this equation now with Lazard, no, they don't win this division. You bring Odell Beckham in before week 10, and yes, they win the division. You bring Odell Beckham in before week 10, they win that division.
Right.
If you do not, no. And I don't think that the Bears are going to be that terrible either.
You don't.
I don't think they're going to be that bad because Justin Fields is a talented dude. Matt Nagy almost killed him last year. He almost ruined that dude in his very first season. But Justin Fields is a baller, right? And so he adapted and adjusted. That's just what he did. He had to, or else he was going to die. There's no way that you, as a quarterback, right? And Lamar Jackson don't even do this, right?
Right.
You can't lead a team because Lamar Jackson has always had a viable running back every year. He may have rushed for 1,000, but he got a running back to rush for 1,400. There is no way in hell that your quarterback should be your leading rusher and your leading passer.
I agree with you 100%.
You're using it. You're using him the wrong way. You're using him too much.
Right, I agree.
You
shouldn't go to the well on his legs. You know, you should use it as needed, man. So, but I just seen this. Did you see this pass?
Let me see.
This Rashard Bateman.
Lamar and I've been watching this training camp live. I've been watching it because I don't have to be at work till 2:00. So I've been watching this. I've been watching this. Hey, Lamar been throwing that ball, and look how solid he look, bro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look at it. Look at it. That's ball placement, Jack. But he can't throw. He's just an athlete that plays.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Bro, I hate that narrative about Lamar Jackson, man. I really do, because that dude is Michael Vick that can he can throw it. Yeah, the Bears have been bad for a long time. Hell yeah, they've been bad for a long time. There's no question about it. And Matt Nagy for the last 5 years, that's been the reason. Don't forget, he the one that took Mitchell Trubisky. You don't get no pass for that.
Oh man! All right, what did we leave off at? We was on the NFC North.
That might have been the last.
The last thing is NFC South, man. Tampa Bay.
We didn't do the AFC South. Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did. NFC South was the last one, and I got Tampa Bay. I bet you got Tampa Bay too.
Oh yeah.
I guess the only thing to debate is who go be number 2. Is it gonna be the Panthers or the Saints? And I'm going with Saints.
I'm going with the Atlanta Falcons because I think Marcus Mariota gonna tear this club up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right.
Bruh, listen to me. And I think you're forgetting Drake London and the whole situation. Drake London and Kyle Pitts on the same team.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Come on, man.
That's interesting.
Oh man, I don't have that much. I don't have that much faith in Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill. I don't.
Okay, all right. So I will say this. There's the coach is gone. You know, so no more. No. He's gone, right? So that's a different team already. Kamara, we still don't know if he's gonna get suspended. We don't know how good Michael Thomas' ankle is gonna be.
I think Kamara may be gone for 4 games. Michael Thomas, he don't have Drew Brees to throw him slant, so he's gonna have to go downfield and catch the ball. We've never seen him do that. Never.
Yeah, you're right.
163 catches he caught that season. How many times did you see him go downfield? Twice.
Hey. But the Falcons, though, bro. Did you see that? Did you see that offense last year,
bro? I'm telling you, Mariota gonna make a difference.
They went and got them Mariota quarterback because they knew they couldn't block for a pass.
You damn right.
It was like, look, we can't block. You're gonna be running for your life, so we need somebody that can run.
And if I'm Carolina, listen to me. Listen to me. If I'm Carolina, I give the keys to Matt Corral and tell him this is your team to lose. Fuck both of them.
I'm with you on that. Let me see what you got. Let me see because I see what these dudes got.
I know what these two can do.
Yeah.
And it ain't much. Let me see what you got.
That's what they should have done with Walker last year.
They should have, man. Hey, he was balling too.
He was playing good.
He was balling.
playing good, man.
Alvin gonna be out 4 games, man. He gonna be out 4. He beat some dude, but hey, listen to me. What's the kicker's name for the Giants that broke his wife's eye socket and got suspended for 1 game? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara beat up a grown man.
They probably deserved it.
Probably deserved it. Probably did. Probably grabbed his girlfriend booty and looked at him and said, "What you gonna do?" You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's right. Like a party to me.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Man.
Dude broke his wife's eye socket and got suspended for 1 game. Come on, man.
Yeah, man, that's their privilege. That's their privilege, man.
Yeah, because it's not funny. And man, listen. But then what's his name do the same thing? What's the running back for Ray Rice?
I don't know what Ray Rice did, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, what the court system say he did? That's what I'm gonna believe.
Nothing.
Well, that jump was on camera. I mean,
listen, hey, listen. If Ray Rice wouldn't have dragged her off that elevator and just dropped her right there on the floor, he'd be playing football to this day.
That's crazy. His career is just done. That's what they wanted to happen to Deshaun Watson. They wanted Deshaun Watson's career to be done.
If he would have just took her to the couch in the hotel lobby and laid her down on the couch, he would still be a running back in the NFL. But when he dragged her out of the elevator and just dropped her right there on the floor and put her in that crucifix position, just left her there. That's what did him in.
That is not what did it in, man.
Yes,
that is not what did it. It was the fact that it was on camera, and it was the fact that she filed a complaint.
Bro, that looked super insensitive when he did that, bro. Her spitting on him and trying to hit him and her knocking her out. Okay, it was the alcohol. I made a big mistake. I'm sorry. If you show compassion after you do that, right, on tape, you're okay. But when he dragged off that elevator and laid her down in the floor like that and just walked away and let the security
he was trying to get her to the room.
Bro.
obviously this ain't the first time she passed out from drinking. So look, no. If a defense lawyer can look me in my face and say that it wasn't the knee of Derek Chauvin and George Floyd's neck that killed him, it was the fentanyl in his system, then I can say that it wasn't the hand of Ray Rice that knocked her out. It was the alcohol.
It was the alcohol.
Yeah. It was the alcohol that was in the system.
No. Different. No. No.
That don't work.
No. That is totally different.
They both just as ridiculous though.
Yes.
They try to tell somebody, yeah, I know you was choking him, but he had fentanyl in his system. So any amount of that amount of fentanyl will kill you. That's what did it. I can tell somebody whatever happened to you when you was drunk and blame it on your alcohol and say you was drunk and that's why you passed out.
No.
Not me choking you.
No. Totally different. Totally different.
Yeah, you might be right.
It was the knee that killed George, and it was Ray Rice's right that knocked his girl out. End of story.
It was a backhand too. Yeah, very interesting.
And it was violent because she did that cartoon spin and failed.
It was open hand. It was open handed too, wasn't it?
Yes.
So I mean, he ain't ball his fists up and
listen.
You know what I mean?
My cousin played for the Naval Academy, right? He played football for the Naval Academy. He went against some big teams. You know, Naval Academy played Ohio State, and he played against Maurice Claret. He played USC. He played some teams. Like he played a lot of teams. I asked him one day. We were sitting down. I was at his crib in Virginia, and he listened to the podcast. He gonna hear it. I asked him. I said, "Cuz, who was the hardest running back you ever faced to tackle?" And without a question, it was like an instantaneous. Who is the hardest running back you ever had to tackle? Ray Rice. It was that fast. He was like you can't leverage him, right? Yep. Because he was so short, right? Yep. He's like, and even if you do leverage him, he was so strong that he would stiff arm you into the ground and just keep running. So he hit her with that.
with a Heisman. He stiffed him. All right, man. That's the end of the show.
It's not funny. It's not funny. I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying that it was right.
Not either.
She did, but what I'm saying is that no, it wasn't the alcohol that knocked her out. It was Ray Rice's brain.
I agree. I was just being facetious. I agree for sure. I agree for sure. But I'm glad we got this out the way, man, so we can get everything documented on record.
Yes, man.
So I can come back and rub it in your face later on.
We're gonna dig into it, and I'm gonna explain it. You already know my philosophy on the Chargers. You already know that.
Yeah. I mean, you might have sold me on that, man. You got a good point, man. I just can't go back off I got to ride with the Raiders, man. So
rough.
But
Chargers,
good Lord, I forgot all about those additions on the defensive end, man.
Rough.
It is.
But the other ones, man, I'm the Tannehill, not sold. Can't do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't do it. The way that he played in the AFC Championship game, bro, I would have pulled him then.
Yeah,
I would have pulled him after the second big pick, and then you let him. I mean, I don't even know what you got to go to, but I mean, hell, don't even play a quarterback. Just put an extra tight end or extra offensive lineman in the game, and just direct snap to Derrick Henry. Just let him run the ball and let him run the clock out. Why not?
Yeah. Jamal Lewis was a monster.
Listen.
But Jamal Lewis was pretty much what Derrick Henry is.
Yes, Jamal Lewis is a totally different story. Yes.
I mean, that was a freaking monster, man.
Bro, Jamal
freaking monster.
Yeah.
But all right, man, that's the show, man. We've been at it 2 hours, man. It was good. It was good to get this football out of get it started, man. We got fantasy coming up.
First preseason game is Thursday. Don't forget that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be tuned in.
As long as they don't overpaint the Hall of Fame stadium again and cancel the game. Hall of Fame game is Thursday night.
Our fantasy draft is next Saturday.
Boy, I don't understand why y'all keep holding these fantasy drafts so early, man. But hey,
dude, is after week 2 of the preseason.
It's before really week 1.
No, it's not before week 1.
Yes, it is.
Is it still 4 preseason games? I thought they went down to 3.
It's only 3.
No, yeah, because they added the extra regular season game, right? So it's only 3.
But week 1 technically is this weekend because of the Hall of Fame game.
Right. So you got no starters this week, really.
They might play one series, maybe.
They might play one series this week. They might play one quarter next week, maybe a half, and then that third week they're not gonna play at all.
That normally week 2 of the preseason is when they play this year, but a lot of people only playing for like maybe a quarter, maybe.
Yeah, it's
not like it used to be where that third preseason game you play a half and then it's like a real NFL game that first half, and then after that that's when everybody. Yeah. It's not like that anymore. Week 1. You're going to get a look at the rookies, and week 3, you're going to get a look at the rookies. Week 2, you're going to kind of see what you got.
Okay, so my point is the guys that you're afraid to draft because you think they might get hurt in the preseason aren't going to be on the field.
Listen, I think it doesn't matter. As long as you don't draft Christian McCaffrey, you good.
And y'all think you go draft him?
I got him last year. That was my big mistake.
Hey, man, I just want to remind everybody that
I'm about to log off. Okay, everybody. Hey,
I am the 2 years in a row champ for the Man Down Fantasy League. And last year I had a really good year because I won Man Down Fantasy League.
Because you what?
I won the Man Down Fantasy League. I also won another fantasy league I was in.
I'm not even going to tell them how you won. Listen, I'm interrupting you on purpose because
not only did I win 2 fantasy leagues, I won 3 fantasy leagues last year. Not only did I win 3 fantasy leagues last year, I also won the ILW Pick'em League from week 1, I jumped ahead of everybody on picking the games, and I never looked back. I won every
actually,
week.
you didn't, because by week 5 I was winning, and then I forgot.
That's not even true.
That's
not even true.
I
was ahead from week 1. Took home the belt. Right, took home the belt. So I won 3 fantasy leagues and 1 pick'em league last year. It don't get no better than that, man.
I forgot to play my players. I forgot to pick my teams in the pick'em league, strictly because my fantasy league we drafted early and all my players got hurt. So I was trying to maneuver my roster. You were manipulating players and actually accepting bad trades, horrible trades.
Then how I won the other 2 leagues?
Huh?
How I won the other 2 leagues?
You weren't doing nothing but basing your roster off the one you had in this one. So I'm not buying it. If you win this year, I might give you a little bit of credit, but I'm really not, because it's funny how the commissioner controls the trades and wins the league.
But I won 2 years in a row, Corey. And I won 3 leagues last year.
You were the commissioner for 2 years in a row.
You got to give me some props for winning 3 leagues in 1 season, Corey. That just don't happen.
The 1 year where you played it right. You got upset. Listen, you got upset because my mother traded me Odell Beckham. And you were ready to call a cancel to the league because of that. And you've pulled off 37 trades like that since then.
I don't remember that.
Of course you don't.
I don't remember that.
But it's all good, man. I'm not tripping.
Hey, well, the draft is next weekend, man. We'll talk about it on the show. We'll talk about it.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna pick my team. I think I got my team that I want. And I'm gonna ride with it.
Good luck.
I'm gonna ride with it.
But you ain't gotta wish me good luck. I ain't gonna need it.
Hey, listen, my quarterback ain't nobody gonna pick him. My running back ain't nobody gonna pick him.
Okay.
Tight end that I want ain't nobody gonna pick him. I'm cool with it.
Okay. I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
Me neither.
But anyway, let us go ahead and end this, man. I appreciate y'all for checking us out, man. And make sure you subscribe as well. And then you can always make sure you go and leave us a comment or a review on Apple Podcasts and all that good stuff, man, because everything we do here on YouTube, also the audio is going to be there for you on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and everything else, man. So make sure you spread the word. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Make sure you let people know. Come check us out over here. And, man, good luck to everybody on y'all fantasy. And good luck to the Cowboys for the season, man. I'm not rooting against y'all again this year, man. I'm with y'all.
I'm not so sure about it.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, man. Peace.
Peace.